Hey guys, Orly here from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are giving you an exclusive preview of the new Wanderer Sling Grande from Mopak. I have reviewed their Wanderer Sling over on the channel before, so you can go ahead and check that out if you like. This is the upgraded version made from eco-friendly materials. They have used recycled coffee grounds. It does have an increased capacity. This is a 6 litre. They have implemented more fun, safe designs, specifically with their RFID pocket on front. That is such a lovely wee touch. They have nice organization and a lot of fab features, which of course we will go ahead and cover throughout this review. We are going to do a wee summary. We'll get into the features. We'll pack this out completely to see what you can get into it. We'll do a wee fit check, comfortability. We'll also do a wee water test and then round up the video with some pros and cons. And of course, if there is anything that you would like to know about this lovely little sling, then just pop us a wee comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you. So a wee disclaimer, this has been sent out to us for review, but that does not mean that it will cloud my honest opinion on this sling. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So I did take this with me to Ireland, which it turned out to be a lot more convenient than I thought. So for the price, as it will be going live on Kickstarter, this is an exclusive preview. Early bird will start around $99 US, and then it will go up to about $149 US, and of course this is subject to change. So for the dimensions, you do have a length of 37, you've got a width of 12 and a height of 20.5, and that is in centimeters. For inches, it is 14.5 by 4.7 by 8, and it is a weight of 0.76 kg. So it is made up of recycled coffee ground leather material for water resistance, and it also has water repellent zips. Now the product that I have here, you'll probably see it a bit better in the overlays. It is going to be slightly different in the material, but not too far off this kind of leather style. This is really soft and very easy to clean. For the colors, this is the current color. They may expand that. So for the shape and style, it is a 6 litre, which is big, especially for me. I'm someone who does prefer a smaller sling just because of the female body, and having a sling this big on front can not be probably the most flattering, but this surprised me a bit because of the way it kind of can curve down and the adjustments that you can make to the strap, which we'll get into in the fit check. Does hold a lot of flexibility, but there is a way for you to kind of hold it down. If you don't want it to be this thick out, you can kind of compress it down and make it a bit slim and slender. This color is really nice. As mentioned, I don't know if they are going to be bringing out more colors, but that would be nice as well. Especially with the other one that I reviewed, the Wanderer Sling, that was a gorgeous kind of creamy color. That would be nice in this too. The style itself, it's quite smart. It can also be dressed up and dressed down. Whenever I was testing it, so I would test it out and about on walks and stuff, going about the city. Then I took it with me for a wee dinner date, and I didn't think it was going to go with my outfit, but it did go well. And I was able to bring half of the kitchen sink with me because of the capacity of this. But as mentioned, if you don't really want to bulk it out, then you don't necessarily have to, but you'll still obviously remain this length of it. So just being aware of that. It does sit up by itself if you are to set it down. I really like this structured bottom. Sometimes when you get slings, you're not able to set it down. So if you did arrive at your destination, or you were sitting down for a cup of coffee and you wanted to set your bike down, you absolutely could. It has a well protected padded bottom, so that is super handy, so you're not having to cling it to your body all the time. And what I tend to do if you're scared or if you're worried is to put the stool or the chair through this loop and hanging under there. We bit of anti-theft for you. So Mopak do offer 1-year assurance. If you do have any issues in terms of like broken zips or sewing defects, then they say that it's best to just email them, and that it's kind of case by case, and they will try and sort that out and cover the cost of that, just depending on the case itself. At this time, they do not offer exchanges, but instead they do ask you to return your order for a refund if it is applicable. They do offer worldwide shipping as well. Okay, time to get cracking on with the features. Okay, for the branding, it is quite simple and to the point. You've only got this little branding here moment on the front. You've also got Mopak embedded into the hardware, which is just really subtle and nice. And then you do have a little bit of branding here on the inside. It says keep the momentum rolling, designed by Mopak. Just a thing to note, I don't know if you can pick this up, these two little moments here. If you do have makeup or even like soda cream or anything, it is gonna stick to this, but it is easy to wipe down. That is the joy of this bag because of the water resistance of it. Starting off, just to kind of give you an overlook here on the zips, they are well coated, and they've got like these little pillars, which is just super handy to maneuver the bag efficiently, and they've got that throughout. So they have it here on the front with the coated zip, same in the middle, and the same for the back zip here as well. So they haven't skimped out on keeping that water resistance throughout. Okay, let's start with this front pocket here. You've got like this little high-rise moment, which is just really nice. It kind of goes a bit more aesthetically. It's kind of all matching with my nails as well. That's giving me aesthetically pleasing vibes. So in this front pocket, you've got two mesh pockets. The mesh is really strong actually, and it has a nice little bit of suction around it, so it's not just flimsy and flapping about. You can put a product in there and feel like it is secured. It also runs up as well, so even if you did have maybe an electronic and you wanted to maneuver it in there, then you could possibly do that. We are going to pack this up as well. So you do have your retractable key lash here. It is sewn in, so you can't take that out, but this is really handy to just help maneuver it, and you could probably open up the door without taking out or taking off your key, shall I say. This is the little loop that you'll be placing it through. We'll pack it up in a wee second, and that can just go into one of the mesh pockets, and then you do have a little bit of space to play with. Or you had something like your water bottle and you weren't too keen on keeping it in the designated compartment, then you could do that. You can play with the space yourself. Inside, bright kind of interior, not the brightest, but it is that kind of grey look, easy clean material. And that is your front pocket. Going on to the main body, you have these magnetic closes here. So say you didn't want to fully expand this out and use this compartment that we'll get into in a second, then you've got these magnetic closes that just keeps it a little bit sleek and slimmer, or you have the option to open them up. Now going into this main body, it opens up like so. The zips run down to about, let me see, there. You can see that. And then this is your kind of main pocket, which you can flatten open and give that a bit of a flat base, like so. Same kind of interior on the inside. Bright, easy, clean material. So on this side, again with your custom pillars, just makes it easier to maneuver. You've got your RFID blocking little pocket. This little putter helps maneuver it open. You have a little magnetic close just to keep that in place as well. And then you have this space if you did have any other little items that you wanted to place in there. This is handy for placing in a passport or anything ID that is scannable. Then the RFID blocking will stop that from being scannable. So that is nice. Is scannable a word? Who knows? We have created it. Inside then you have this space here. Lovely. Then on the other side where the branding is, you have like this little pocket that you could place in some electronics such as your DS or your switch or anything. We'll give you a wee measurement of that pocket as well. So just for a rough idea, you're looking at about 7, I'd say 7 inches, just because the cutoff point, 8 to 9, can you see that? So that is that. And then moving on to this back pocket, again with the kind of custom pillar here. It is nice that they can all kind of be hidden, keep in line with that sleekness that they've got. In the back then, they have recommended 2 little things. So you could put in your charging cable or maybe some AirPods. These little pockets aren't padded or anything. They're just doable for placing in things like that as well. And then you do have a little bit of space if you did want to place even your passport in there, if you felt like doing so, because that will be closest to your body. And then that is that. This is the back. There is no padding or anything to it. It's the same material throughout. Then you have your strap here. Now, if you wanted to add something on here, then you could on both sides. Maybe you wanted to attach your bigger headphones, you could do that. You've got adjustments here for the strap. It is that seatbelt material, so it does kind of run very smoothly as well, and that is on both sides. Then you've got this magnetic close, which is really secure and durable. Actually, I'm not a fan of the magnetic close, but I haven't found no issues with that slipping off or anything. So then for the main joy here, you have this magnetic opening. As mentioned, it's going to be a bit hard to show you because it is a bit dark in there, but this is where you can place something such as your umbrella or your water bottle. We are going to pack this up, as mentioned, to kind of give you a little bit of a fit and how to do that. This is a 250 mil for reference, and what you do have is this elastic here on both sides that helps expand it open, but also to keep the product nice and snug in there, so there is no risk of it like falling out or anything, and that is great. We will pack this up, as mentioned, and kind of see if we can still fit that 250 mil in when it is completely packed out, and we'll try it with the umbrella as well. So that leads me nicely on to packing this up. I like to start with the main pocket, because then the other things can be smaller accessories. So I'm going to plop in my camera at the bottom here. I also have this switch I'm going to place into this pocket, tripod, headphones. Then in this pocket, or if I deblock in pocket, I'm going to place my passport. You do still have some space if you wanted to place anything else in there, maybe some spray, then you could do that. Then moving on to the front pocket, gets a bit snug, but you have that to open up. Keys, pair of sunnies. You still have a little bit of space. You wanted to place your phone in front, mirror, close that up. Into the back pocket, I'm gonna place some doggy poop bags in there. So that's where they have been located through testing. AirPods. Place my purse in the back here. Then your compartment here, either your umbrella that you can place through, or let's see if we can get that 250 mil in. Oh yeah. Now it does get hella chunky, but at least you know you can get your water bottle in there. Okay, time for a wee fit check, comfortability, see how this feels on the female body. You can have this over your shoulder if you wanted to. I didn't find that it was coming off or anything or slipping off. You also have the option to, hold on to I don't hit this mic, have it down low if you want, or you can adjust it and bring it up a bit further. Just be careful when you do that, it did nip my skin. You can also tighten it up like that, which is grand. You can again swing it over your shoulder. There could have done with a bit more material. I will show you why. Just because this is where it limits you. It's good for the old girls because then it just sits like this. And then if you swing it on round, for reference, I'm 5'6". This is what it is like on me. But for some reason, I would just love a wee bit more, so I could tighten that in like that. But I've run out of materials, so just a wee bit more would have given me that kind of look rather than a more baggier look to it, a bit more fitted. But other than that, for comfort and everything, it's been absolutely grand. When testing, especially in Ireland, I was wearing chunkier kind of jackets, so just be aware if you are wearing something, it might rub up on your neck. But apart from that, it does curve around the old girls. For the water test, it is absolutely grand. I felt so safe. I don't know if I'll be able to insert the clip, but basically I was out for a lovely walk. The sun was shining. This is typical Irish weather. I was like, oh, lovely, lovely wee day. Let me get some photos and all. Started bucketing down, pelting. I had the camera, obviously, because I'm recording. Put it in there and I was like, thank the Lord. It is water resistant because everything was absolutely safe. And then the sun appeared again, so it dried pretty quickly. Okay, time for some pros and cons. Pro number 1 is the thoughtful features for anti-theft. We absolutely love it. Pro number 2 is this bad boy. You don't know how much I appreciate this, because then I don't have to fight for my life to take this off. Although that is a wee con, just the little loop, but the retractable makes up for it. Pro number 3 is the discreetness of the whole water bottle umbrella placing of this sling, because you absolutely wouldn't even notice that it's in there, and it doesn't really take up that much space, and it is held in very securely. Pro number 3 is the water resistance and those coated zips. Thank you. Okay, some cons is just personal preference. The kind of 6 litre is a bit too much for moi. Just a con in the fact that, not that I see it here, but I do know with this kind of material, when it gets hot, it sticks to you. And just, again, personal preference, I would have loved to have seen some bright interior. Not that this is dark, it's just something that I love from like Stubble & Co, the kind of orange look to it. But that's not everyone's cup of tea. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. I highly recommend going over to their Kickstarter page, having a wee nosy, having a wee gander, and if you do, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use our links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.